The first edition of our hockey classics comes from the Willesden World Cup of 1986. England, who were hosting the big event for the first time, had surprised many by reaching the final after beating the mighty West Germans 3-1 in their semi-final. But now they were up against a strong Australian team who had thrashed the Soviet Union 5-0 in the other semi-final and were on course for their maiden title. The England team was led by Richard Dodds and had star forwards like Sean Curley and Imran Sherwani in their ranks, along with penalty corner specialist Paul Barber. The Kookaburras had legendary players like Terry Walsh, Rick Charlesworth and Warren Birmingham in their lineup. Your match commentators, Jim Duffy and Barry Davis.
The first stick to play the ball is that of Terry Walsh of Australia. The Australians all the way through have shown an emphasis on attack. Warren Birmingham. Well stopped by David Faulkner. And it went away from Grant Mitten for just that vital second. And when he got in his shot, it was a good save from the goalkeeper of the tournament, Ian Taylor. First penalty corner given, with the ball coming up dangerously off an English stick. John Bestel, and Taylor scooped it away. And Rick Charlesworth a little disappointed that a penalty stroke wasn't given. The ball was lost for a moment, but Mr. Deneau had a good look. Wants a word with somebody, and it looks as though it's Paul Barber. John Potter. That's an England hit in. To be taken as the Australians had not retired the required 5 yards. Barber. Pity, because Grimley was well placed and had room to manoeuvre. Potter. Long corner. Yes, and it's gone in. Walsh, the scorer. Terry Walsh taking advantage of a bouncing ball to give Australia the lead, to score his third goal in the championship and to put Australia on top in this final. Came up off the stick of Grimley and Taylor left rather exposed. Walsh making his 167th appearance for his country. One of the senior players at 33 next month. And the crowd doing their best to get England going. And they've started rather slowly. They came into this championship with a good record indeed before today. They have gone 16 consecutive matches, winning them all. But here's Sherwani. The umpire looking and waiting. England get the hit just outside the circle. And then the umpire, I don't know whether he changed his mind, but he certainly pointed one way and then the other. That was the challenge. Sherwani. 3 in the circle. Good challenge by Birmingham. Well, it's an England hit just outside. Hopes are quite definitely growing. Dodds adjudged to have held off Birmingham. And the way England are now playing makes one regret even more the way they started and conceded the goal.
On those free hits from the side there, I'd rather see England bring out players in the back who can actually hit the ball extremely hard in the circle. Australia won a short corner very early on the game by bringing out their full-backs and actually just slamming the ball into the circle, waiting for the English players to make a mistake, and I think we should do likewise.
Penalty corner given because the ball came up off the pad of Ian Taylor, too close to Grant Mitten. Bestel. The lovely strike. And Australia have a 2-0 lead.
But
Going really against the run of play, I think.
It seemed to go far too high. To me, that seemed to go directly and above the backboard and therefore should have been disallowed.
Patch unable to make contact. The Australians actually had 2 men over then. Grimley, Shawani. Look at the cover by the Australians. Go, Amy, go, said Grimley. And it's an England hit. Shawani being held off again. Again an England hit, and that really was what amounted to a cross-check by David Bell. Grimley knocks it straight in this time. Batchelor's stick was the nearest. No missing this time, just hit straight across the circle, and Batchelor coming in from the far side. Changes the angle of attack. Good stop by Paul Barber. Came off the feet of Hughes, the umpire allowed the advantage. Good interception by Faulkner. But England losing possession again. Horgoods. Long corner. And another long corner. This time Craig Davis comes forward. Batch trying to lose his marker. And an England hit. We're inside the last 30 seconds of the first half. Obstruction by Walsh. Crowd encouraging England to get on with it. Grimley, it's got through. A 16-yard hit. Richard Dodds, who got into the circle. And the first half comes to an end with the favourites leading by 2-0. Australia. Their first goal coming from Terry Walsh in the 5th minute, and England failed to clear a bouncing ball, and then from a penalty corner, and the Australians have only had 2. England yet to have 1 from a penalty corner. John Bestel scored the second goal. So the half-time score: England 0, Australia 2. And I think it was significant that Colin Wally and David Whittaker took the team off to the dressing room, which doesn't always happen at half-time. What was clearly a chat-in, and the arrival of John Shaw suggests that the emphasis has got to be to give it a real go. And Shaw immediately in the action. Richard Leman is the player who has come off. And England immediately get a long corner. Well, in fact, it's quickly taken by Australia. Faulkner, Charlesworth. A very busy start, the sort of start that England wanted to make right at the opening of the match, but didn't. Trevor King, Warren Birmingham, Bell is square. Well played by Hughes. Oh no! Well, Hughes looks back in amazement. The Spanish umpire has given a penalty corner, presumably for dangerous play, the stick too high. But if that was above the shoulder, well, then I'm a Dutchman.
I can only think it was actually given for dangerous play by playing the ball at the Australian.
Well, actually, he played it into space, to be fair.
I think he tried to, and certainly the Australians put the ball up in the air in the first case.
Anyway, penalty corner it is, and Warren Birmingham will take it. And they took too long. Well, it's an interesting end. Well, let's have a look. Was it above the shoulder? Was it not at an Australian player? Well, to be fair to the umpire, the Australian did have to duck.
Well, my opinion of that is that Deo, the Spanish umpire, might have realised his mistake and then gave the free hit to England.
Hughes. Shawani. Kelly. Shawani. Yes! No! For a moment it bounced up behind the balls, but it just missed the post. But listen to the change of atmosphere here. Well taken by Dodds. And Snowden able to let it go. On from Grimley. Sean Curley took it off the defender's stick. Shawani. Penalty corner. The ball undercut, played dangerously by the defender, who was Craig Davis, into the crowd, and Monsieur Renaud says penalty corner, and the first chance in the contest for the hero of 24 hours ago, Paul Barber. Good save. And cover on the line by Davis. Shawani. Long corner. We've had 10 minutes of the second half, and England have been on top in that spell. Hit. Let's look again at the penalty corner. It's a good strike. Snowden took the sting out of it, and Davis covered him on the line. Charlesworth. Long corner. And some good stick work by Rick Charlesworth. Rising 34. Penalty corner given for the obstruction in the circle. The Australians' second goal, I thought, came slightly against the run of play at the time. Bestel, and the ball was not properly stopped, and history was not repeated. Shaw, good challenge by Birmingham. Very strong and effective challenge by Barber. Left Walsh on the deck inadvertently.
Certainly needed to make that tackle there because Walsh should have been through.
Bora. Did it come up on feet? Curley almost stole it. Penalty corner. Oh, credit to the England team. This is a hugely uplifting comeback. They looked very depressed when they went off the field at half-time. But the half-time chat has brought out a very different side for the second period. Potter, Curley, Barber, another good save. Still Potter. And it just will not run. Dodds. Stopped by Charlesworth. And the Australians getting everyone back. And they now wish to make a substitution. Hallgood is the player coming off. Let's look again at how close England came. A good save. And then Potter trying to work a position. And again, Snowden doing well. Comes to Curley. Obstructed by Vestal. And England would do well to knock the ball in early. It's quite often with Curley around, somebody gets obstructed. But this time it's Australia's hit. If you can't get the ball into the circle, you can't score. Davis. Missed by Grimley. Here's Grant Mitten. Peter Hazelhurst lost control, fortunately for England. Now Walsh. What an opportunity wasted by Australia. That could have killed the match and decided the outcome. Shaw. Barber. Faulkner. Bora. Obstruction by Hazelhurst. It's good running. Curley gets it in early. Hughes. Shawani! Well, the chance was certainly there. Good running by Curley. Lost his marker. The instant cross. Mistake by Charlesworth. Bell to Bestel. Dangerous play. I think the hit is from the place of impact. Indeed it is. Paul Barber. Yes! John Potter! Well, it rather backs the point that's been made. If you bang the ball into the circle, you quite often get a rebound. The rebound came off the goalkeeper, and Potter on the reverse sticks, finding the empty goal. Dodds to Potter. Off the feet. No. Long corner. Just listen to the noise. Penalty corner! Are we to have a repeat of yesterday?
Well, they're not going to have many more chances left, so I hope they take their time over this. Just calm themselves down. We can only hope.
Barber, deflected for the long corner. Good challenge out by Warren Birmingham. Penalty corner again against David Bell. Came from stick to feet. And the pressure on Australia from all sides. Curley. Baba! Oof. And Baba knows how close it was. 2.5 minutes left. We're into the last minute. Faulkner. Charlesworth. Faulkner. "35 seconds remaining. Barber's got to look for the long one. The long one it is. Shawani goes off in search, but cannot find. Vestal with a 16-yard hit for Australia. It's a good one. And Hazelhurst just has need to keep possession. Inside the last 15 seconds. England's hit. Taylor comes to take it. Forward by Grimley. Stopped by Birmingham. The last 5 seconds. The Australians celebrate. England end this 6th World Cup on top. But Australia take the trophy, winning an excellent final that had two very contrasting halves by 2 goals to 1.